Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? I pray that you had a wonderful and marvelous day. So this is day number 10 of the Walk With Me Challenge, and I want to welcome you to the Walk With Me Challenge. And you ask, hey, Ricardo, what's the Walk With Me Challenge? What it is basically for 21 days, dedicating 30 minutes a day to walking. And as you're walking, watch me talk. I'm messing around, but what I'm doing though is I'm coming on every night for the 21 days to talk about success principles, things that I learned over my lifetime that's helped me get to where I'm at now, and also things I've learned from my mentor that I'm putting into place now where success is happening, I'm seeing results. And so my goal is something that I say over this time period, it be the solution that you've been looking for to help you spark yourself to your destiny. And so let's go ahead and get started. So yesterday we talked about taking massive action and how important it is to take massive action and what it can do for your life. And so today, as I'm talking about massive action, I need to set a picture for you, because when you take that massive action, I was thinking about this. You start going through. When I say going through, is I start seeing, this is what I've seen, is that the doors that were closed, they begin to open. And it's so aggressive, it's such an epiphany that you begin to become more energized, more excited about the journey that you're taking. And I have to explain it because it's like, I've been through, you go through situations and you begin to take the step forward, but then it seems like it's always something, it's like the door keeps closing in your face. But when you take massive action to face your fears, to overcome your objectives, you throw out the worry and the fear out the door, and you do it anyways. And it's something about when you do it anyways, that energy, that preciseness to know, and you see what the results should be and where it's going to go, the doors that were closed will begin to open. And it won't only just open, you'll kick it open. You'll kick it open with precision, you'll kick it open with vigor, with strength, and whatever bumps that you used to take and it would stop you, would slow you down, you go through them. You'll learn how to endure versus react. Some people, they react. You ever get hit really hard or bump into something really hard, like you stub your toe, and your reaction is to stop and sit down and be like, oh, my toe. But then as you get mature, you just like, sometimes you feel yourself hit your toe and you just like, oh, it hurt, but let me keep moving, right? That's what happens when you take that massive action. It's as if you get hit, but you keep moving forward. It doesn't slow you down. And of course, you learn how to deal with the pain, because you have to go through the pain to get through the obstacles in your life. So sometimes it takes, not sometimes, all the time it takes you being uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with becoming uncomfortable in life. Challenges be thrown your way, situations be thrown your way, but if you know you're taking massive action, you should expect great results, but you should expect challenges to come. So it's all about mentality. It's all about that emotional, intelligent mindset. How are you handling challenges in your life? How do you internally absorb that energy? Is it negative? Do you respond? Do you pout? Or are you like, okay, we knew something was going to come, and it had to be in something that my armor wasn't aware of and wouldn't protect, right? Because that's something that I'm working on. So if it's something where, and I'll give you an example, if it's public speaking, or you having to learn how to speak in front of people, you got to know that the first challenge, the first struggle that's going to come your way, something's going to happen where you got to have to speak in front of people. And at first, it's going to be like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Man, I'm gonna stutter and ah and ooh and ah and the words. What if I can't get the words right? It's okay, because once you mentally go ahead and go through that challenge, what happens is you begin to have a muscle memory of strength, of accomplishment. And what will happen, you'll begin to remember what it's going to take for you to endure that situation. Now, what happens is, and this is what happened to me, I wrote my first book about 4 years ago called Rise Up and Pray. And so I actually am doing the 21-day prayer challenge on my Facebook group now. But for years, I struggled with spelling. I struggled with reading. I struggled with a lot of different things emotionally when it comes to education-wise. I felt like, I just wasn't smart. And it came from getting bad grades in school. It came from just not having good relationship with teachers. It came from a little bit of everything, and so it limited me. It stopped me from moving forward. But I tell you, it's something about when you give your cares to God. It's something about when you realize that you're here not just for yourself but for others. You get a compelling energy to do. And that do faces your fears. And the fear that you have from going through that, it's normal, because what happens is your do becomes stronger than your fear. Because the fear switches. It's like, man, what if I don't do this? Like, I'm on here tonight, man. What if I didn't do this tonight? What if I don't come on and actually try to think of something that can help the people? What if I don't do that? What's the results? And sometimes you don't know the results. But when it comes to your life, though, when it comes to your growth, when it comes to you taking things to the next level, that fear that you decide to face in that season, what happens, you become unlimited when it comes to how you approach it. So for instance, today I was in a board meeting. I wasn't in the agenda to talk about anything or say anything. And so, at the last second, and it started off like, hey, I had to say, they asked me to say something. And I was like, oh. The old me would have been like, oh no, I can't do that. No, I'm good. In fact, this is also what I'll tell you, the old me wouldn't even be in the room. I want you to catch that. The old me wouldn't even be in the room, wouldn't be qualified to go into the room. But because I made a decision 7 years ago, it's now approved me to go into a room where I can speak. People can ask me to do things and ask me questions, and I'm able to respond in an educated way, but also respond in an accurate way that allows me to be a leader. It shows the leadership, the things that I've done behind the scenes. It shows in public. Okay, and to the point where now people, when I'm doing stuff and people about to give me stuff to do, they're like, "Oh, Ricardo got it. He'll do it. He's good. He got it. Just tell him if he has to do it, he'll do it. He got it." Like. You don't think I need to prep for it, but here's the thing. What people don't know is I prep at home. I prepare myself. I visualize things. I think about things. I rely on the Holy Spirit to show me things and teach me all things. And it was funny because I was sitting there. I had my notes ready because I was like, they're going to ask me to say something about this. Watch. I was ready. So that's a key thing to think about. You should always be ready. When you decide to take massive action, you should always be ready. Ready for what? I don't know. You need to designate, look and see your skill sets that you're lacking in, and study and work on them. I remember I was started reading different types of books. So I was reading a book about Egypt history. I was reading a book about economics for dummies. I was reading all these different books. how to win friends and influence people, learning to speak from a leadership when it comes to speaking, things like that. And one day I was sitting at home and I was reading this economic book, and I was like, why am I reading this book for? I'm never gonna have to use this. It wasn't about two months later, I was at an event, and this gentleman, I introduced myself to him. He was somebody I needed to know in the community. And he started talking about stuff, and I responded like, oh, you talk about this and that and this and that, and how the economics in the community and all these things, how things, I just said some vocabulary that I learned from the book. And he was like, oh, you know economics. He was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh. He's like, let me get your number. I need to call. We need to set an appointment so we can meet. And so it's just amazing when you take the time to really prep yourself behind the scenes. So with this massive action that you're taking, you already prepared yourself for the results. You already seen what you was going to have to do. So don't play dumb when it comes to you taking the massive action. You should expect great things to happen. You should expect it to the point where if it doesn't happen, you got to question your actions. You got me? So I just wanted to come on today, and I want you to really think about the skill sets and the things that you've been learning. You know, what do you need to prepare yourself for? You need to really look at your weaknesses. Look at the things that you want to do, your skill sets, things that you're lacking on. You need to study for it. You need to develop it. You need to try it behind scenes and find places where you can do it and work into it so that you can become better over time. Okay? And so my name is Ricardo Cordu, and I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, that your days are sweet as honey, and that your life bring you much joy and much laughter. Remember, life is love and love is life. We're on the winning side. I will see you tomorrow for day 11 of the Walk With Me Challenge. I love y'all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.